Hey guys, so today I want to go over how to find a non-local supplier. Now, this will come into play if you do catering events and something is close enough you can take it, but too far to use your own suppliers and or your own vehicle cannot handle bringing the amount of supplies you need. Examples of this is, let's say you're going to do a 4-day event for barista services. You need to bring all the coffee for the 4 days, the milk, the machines, the cups, sugar packets, to-go lids just in case, stirrers, and anything else that the client needs, maybe stencils. Let's say you only have a small compact van though, and the estimated footfall is 1,000 plus serves a day for those 4 days. Now, let's do some quick math, right? 1,000 serves times 4. I do it like this. It's 4,000 total serves times 210 total milliliters of milk. And we're going to divide it actually by 2,000 milliliters because you get 2-liter containers. You're still going to have to bring 420 containers of milk. That's a lot of milk. That is heavy. You need a truck rather than your small van. If it was a 1-day event, you could manage bringing all that milk. But because you have to bring the coffee beans and everything else, you're going to want a local supplier. Yes, there are options for other items, like you could get your coffee bean supplier to ship it there and your cup supplier to ship it there. I would highly advise doing that where you can, but the issue comes into play is you need to ensure your client hiring you will be there to receive it, or it gets sent to them and they're close by and you can pick it up when you go. If not, you will have to bring it. So whatever you can get done locally, it will help the best. So let's do a test one here. Dairy Supplier, Belfast. Okay. And you'll start looking. This is going to be a really similar process to when you find a supplier for your own shop, but it's going to have some new conversations. Now, before I show some of these types of results you'll get, some of those conversations will include saying, hey, I'm non-local, but we have an event. We want to see if you'll be able to help supply milk for this as we're not from the area. That's way too much milk to go to a local store. Again, if it was a much smaller event, you could probably get Deliveroo to bring the milk, honestly. We have had emergency cases where we've only needed like 20 total liters, and a Deliveroo driver has gone and gotten some emergency jugs of milk for us. But again, large orders, it does not work. So if they say they're willing to, because some are not, because they want consistent, continual clients. They don't want one-off events. They say yes. It will be a, can I get whoever will be driving their point of contact? So while I'm on my way to the event, I can be sure it's on its way. Can I get any truck information in case it needs to get through security? Can I have you double check you for sure can supply all of this listed in each different style? Should you not have it all on one day, would you be willing to come on the 3rd day of our event to refill? Ask all these questions, because if someone can't get it all to you and then they also can't refill within 48 hours, it could be okay to use them, but again, you might have to do emergency runs throughout the course of the event, which is less than ideal, especially if you're there by yourself and Deliveroo gets there. If you're not in a spot you can leave, you're gonna have to hope Deliveroo texts you through the app and you can tell them what to do. So let's say our event's here in Belfast. So we have We have Farmview Dairies. We have Dale Farm. Greenfields is an exporter, so they could work. I will say it's better to work directly with the dairy farms, because they tend to be more willing to have a large one-off order. Because, of course, they'll want consistent orders too, but the farm itself tends to be more willing to work with you against a supplier that wants you to commit to a certain amount of orders a month. So, United, Morelli's, Super Value, you have your pick here. Hilltop. Then what you're going to do is, same as most other processes in finding suppliers, you're going to start opening websites. The joy with Google My Business, be sure that they're correct listings. So, Farmview Dairy. I would highly suggest you send out emails to everybody, fill in the contact us form, and then save the phone numbers. And once you send off email, start calling for speed, especially if your quote is 100% reliant on you finding a supplier. If you just leave it to email, you can lose loads of deals because time is wasted. Always call. Okay, so they don't have a contact us form. So again, you would email them and then you would give a call. You can also look to see, they often have it where their like warehouse or farm actually is. Factor that into how close they are, because again, if they miss part of your order and they say they'll bring it back to you, if they're too far away, they might not. They might say they will and they might not. But let's look at this, right? Let's see their milks. Bonus is if a dairy farm also will bring you alternatives. Some do because they have storage. So from these guys, you'd only be able to get whole, semi, and 1%, which is fine. You just have to be sure if you're looking for the event, your client doesn't specifically want milk alternatives. If they want some and not much, again, DoorDash could be your friend and just have a delivery come each day with a couple liters of a milk alternative. So those guys don't look bad. Let's check out Dale. Again, we're looking for ease of finding information, how close it would be to our event, and they have everything we want. So our brand, community, careers. This one might be iffy. So this one would be a definite contact first. Their site is definitely geared towards information, but not towards supplying us, right? Oh, and that's a big disclaimer. So they would still be okay to contact. Let's check out one more. We'll try Hilltop, right? We're going to go right to this page. Again, contact as many as you can. Like, set yourself a timer for like 30 minutes and just contact as many as possible. The more the merrier. Here we go. This is nice because it lists out pricing. That could be iffy. You'd want to contact them first because they only have raw whole milk. So just based on those three, the first would probably be the best. But again, contact as many people as possible. And I mean, this has just been local dairy suppliers. You'd then move on to custom cup companies and suppliers in Belfast. Because if you're based in the UK, some UK companies will not ship into Ireland. You're going to want to look at coffee bean suppliers. Again, if your people will not ship it for you and it's too much for you to bring, you're going to want to find someone local, and you just repeat the process for each item. I strongly recommend don't spend more than 30 minutes per supplied item, because you can spend a whole day doing research. At the end of the day, though, in most cases, you'll be able to pull it off. There's plenty of suppliers, any which way you go, that are happy to work with you for an event, especially if you mention you will be coming back. So this has just been a quick how to find a non-local supplier for an event. Should you need help with this process ever, please just drop a comment below. But again, head to Google, look up the city, and then visit each website, send every single one an email, and call. Call for speed. Again, especially because if your quotes are dependent on finding suppliers, if you take too long to send a quote to your potential client, you could lose the deal. So never wait for an email reply. Always call.